The Southern California housing market absolutely stinks for buyers. It actually sucks for sellers in a certain way too. You might hear that it's a hot market, but that doesn't mean it's a good thing for sellers. And the problem is it's going to get a lot worse before it's going to get better. My name is Dan Parker. I am the San Diego real estate guy, and I'm a full-time real estate agent right here in Southern California. So I put together videos like this. Really, this is kind of a unique video for me. I like to put together videos on moving to different places, best things to know about San Diego, things like that. But this is a video that I felt like was really important. It's really important because my buyers, the people that I've been working with, it has been a challenging year and it seems to be getting worse and worse and worse. And I'm going to tell you exactly why in this video. All right, so why does this market suck so bad for buyers and sellers? It basically comes down to the fact that there's very little inventory. And that means the amount of homes available for sale today on the market, there are very few. I mean, less than half compared to this time last year. Now, there are quite a few reasons of why the inventory is so low, but let's start with this. At the beginning of the pandemic, this coronavirus pandemic, a lot of people that wanted to sell their house but didn't have to decided to wait. Why have strangers come through your house and decide to try and pick up and move to a different place when you could just wait it out? You could wait it out and figure out what you want to do 6 months down the line, especially if as a homeowner, you decided to get forbearance or some type of mortgage help. Maybe you lost a job. There's so many different reasons, but people decided to hang on to their houses and not put new homes on the market. And on the other side of that, you have more buyers because interest rates are the lowest they've ever been in history. Lowest they've ever been in history. And that has brought a ton of buyers, a ton of demand for houses out there when the supply is like this. And to make this even more challenging, a lot of the builders out there, the construction, the new builds and new communities, they either slow down or stop completely. There's already a huge shortage on new builds in Southern California, but because of the pandemic, a lot of the builders decided to slow down. And then what happened was when they decided to ramp up production again, then there were shortages on a bunch of their supplies. Things like lumber, they're a lot more expensive, a lot more rare, a lot more difficult to get. So it's increased times of building and it's increased the prices by a lot. And on the resale side of things, if you need any type of government assistance, any type of government assistance program like FHA loan, VA loan, good luck out there because there are so many buyers that the sellers are getting multiple offers. You know, sometimes very regular to get 10, 15, 20 offers on a property. And when you're looking at different offers that come in and you can compare a conventional loan versus an FHA or zero down VA loan, the unfortunate reality is most sellers, they're not going to pick those government-backed loans. They're going to pick the conventional or the cash loans or the high down payment loans. Now, I'm going to be honest. There's going to be a whole lot of doom and gloom in this video, and I don't want to be like that, but I want you to have a really good grasp of what the current market is like here in Southern California, especially for those people that want to become a first-time homebuyer in the next 6 to 12 months. You really want to know what's going on so that you can plan ahead. And honestly, it's bad. It sucks out there. It stinks, but there is hope. And if you can wait till the end of the video or skip through, I have some different chapters. At the very end of this video, I'm going to go over a couple of solutions, a couple of suggestions that I have based on working with dozens of buyer clients throughout the course of this year. So I want to start with just a couple of examples so you really truly understand what's going on. So how you price a home in a large part is based off of a property that sold recently that is very similar to it. So for example, if you have a property that sold the day before for $500,000, the property is right next door. It is the exact same floor plan. It has the exact same amount of upgrades. It has the exact same amount of repairs. You would anticipate that your home, if you put it on the market today, would sell for the same price or maybe up or down just a little bit because that's showing what the market is willing to pay. Today, in today's market, when a house sold next door for $500,000, you can anticipate your home selling today might sell for, if you list it for $500,000, it might sell for $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 over asking. I've worked with buyers where we've submitted offers and they've had, within the first round of negotiation, offers over $100,000 over asking. Just think about that for a second. So let's go back to the example that I just gave you. Let's say that you sell your house for, $525,000 when the house next door sold yesterday for $500,000. Now, more than likely, that house that just sold next door went under contract 30 days ago because escrow and the whole process takes about 30 days. Your house now is selling for 5% more 1 month later. 5% increase in home prices is what an average healthy market does over the course of the year. That is a huge jump. 5% in 1 month is a huge, massive jump. Now, here's the scary part. Extrapolate that out. Let's say that 5% increase, let's say you're looking to buy a house in 2 to 3 months, and homes keep appreciating at 5% every single month. So 3 months out, the houses that you're looking for today on the market at $500,000 are not going to be available for $500,000 3 months from now. Not the way that the current pace of the market, the way that it's been going over the course of the last couple of months. Especially, again, here in Southern California, where inventory is so incredibly tight. It already was tight before all of this was happening. And as a home buyer, it's a moving target. You have to anticipate the moving target. You have to anticipate that what you're looking at now today is going to be more expensive. So hopefully you can budget for it, but maybe you can't, and you should come up with a plan B. Now you're probably thinking, look, this can't last forever. A 5% increase in home values month after month for the next 12 months. We're not going to see a 50+% increase in home prices over the next year. And I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. We're not going to see that. We're not going to see home prices go up that much. But where is the end? How high will it go up? If other markets, maybe very rural areas, home prices start to decline, it does not mean that they're going to decline here in Southern California. Because the reality is there's more people moving here every year than new places being built. And again, this was happening. This was already happening before the pandemic. So when are home prices going to come down? And are they going to go up 35, 40% before they start to come down? And maybe then they'll only come down 10 or 15%. It's a moving target. It's a moving target what we're seeing right now, and we don't know where the end of it is going to be. It's a very regular occurrence in this current market for buyers to bid on property after property after property. I mean, think about it. If most properties that are priced right are getting 15 to 20 offers, that means on average, buyers are going to have to submit 15 to 20 offers before they get one accepted. And what buyers are doing, it's one of three things. First, either they're just deciding to back out, to give up. It's too challenging. They'll wait. Hopefully prices will come down in the future. That's the first option, and we're seeing it very regularly right now. And again, I'm sure prices aren't going to continue to go up this high forever, but they might go up another 30% before they come down 10. Or the second option is they're keeping their head down and they're submitting offers. They're trying to take emotions out of it. They're making what they feel are smart decisions and smart offers. And they're willing to wait it out and continue to do the same thing over and over again until they hopefully will get an offer accepted. And the third thing that we're seeing on the market is buyers, after getting beaten down after a couple of times, after being outbid over and over again, what they're doing is they're going way up over what is expected, way up over what a reasonable person would suggest for them to do. Maybe they're doing $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 over asking, but not only that, they're going way over asking, but they're also doing things like releasing appraisal contingency, inspection contingency. And what that means is if they get into a pickle down the road, if they uncover something through their investigation period on the home, then they can't back out and get their deposit back at that point. They're willing to do all of this just because they are so desperate. The word is desperate. They're desperate to get a home. And that's what's making this market so challenging, is these people that are so desperate that they're driving the prices up like crazy. They're making, I don't want to say irrational decisions. They're making decisions that are affecting everybody. And so you're probably thinking, well, it sure would be nice to be a seller right now. But no, it wouldn't. Because then what are you going to do? You're going to sell your house for a whole bunch of money, and you're going to buy another house for a bunch of money, or you're going to have to put in 20 offers before you get something accepted. This is another part of the reason we've come so far into this pandemic and housing prices going up so fast that now this is a side result. This is another reason of why people aren't selling, is because they're thinking, then what do I do? So the truth is, I'm sad, I'm bummed, I feel for these people. My clients, I really want the best for them, and I want them to be able to appreciate home ownership, especially the people that have never been a homeowner before. I know what it's like saving and saving and saving and being able to buy a home. How great that feels. I did it back in 2015, and it was a challenging market back then, don't get me wrong, but it's not as challenging it is today. And so I'm going to offer, I have a couple of suggestions for you if you're watching this video and you want to buy a house now, you want to buy a house 3 months from now, 6 months from now. For one, I made a video a couple of months ago. I'm going to put the link right up here, how to buy a house in a difficult market. The couple tips, like really easy to use tips that you can use that will put you ahead of the competition. And beyond watching that video, I have a couple kind of bonus tips for you. Number one, just know that you potentially could have a moving target. And we mentioned this at the beginning of the video. Housing prices today are likely not going to be the same housing prices in a couple of months. And it's good for you to plan that out. What are you going to do if prices keep going up? Or are you going to be able to take advantage of an opportunity if prices were to come down a little bit? My recommendation there is take a look at all the options, talk to a really good local real estate agent that can kind of help you make that decision as well. They can show you actual data from the current market, and they can help you make better forecasts for a couple of months from now. The second one is to make sure that you are pre-approved. Nobody's going to consider accepting an offer if you don't have a pre-approval on day one. You have to submit an offer with pre-approval. Otherwise, you're going to get beaten out by every other offer out there. If you can go conventional on your loan, that is the best way to do it. And this sounds really silly, but don't use an out-of-state lender. Use someone that's local. If you could use someone that is if you're using a real estate agent that is their recommended lender, that would go a long way too, because then they can tell the seller, hey, this is my recommended lender. We highly recommend them. They get things closed on time. They can communicate really well. And that's going to go a long way of putting you ahead of the competition. Another thing, just make sure to use a good real estate agent. Make sure someone is representing you so that you can negotiate properly. They can reach out to the sellers and figure out why they're selling. See if you could get any additional information on that. And make sure that this sounds really silly, but make sure that your real estate agent is a nice guy and that they're well liked, because the real estate communities are small and tight, and a real estate agent that is selling a house would love to work with a real estate agent that is nice and friendly and has good communication and has a good track record in your area. They don't want to work with a jerk. They don't want to work with a real estate agent who's going to try and nickel and dime them every step through the process or isn't good at communicating. They want to work with someone that is going to be a pleasure to work with. And next up, you want to make sure if you are selling and buying at the same time, that the offer that you're putting in on the new house is not a contingent offer on the sale of your old house. And this is pretty simple. Again, if someone's getting 20 offers on a house, why would they select a contingent offer when they have a non-contingent offer that is just as good, just as attractive? It doesn't look good to the sellers. So a couple things you could do. You could talk to your lender and see if they can offer a bridge loan. You can get your house under contract. You can get your house sold and maybe even move into some type of temporary situation while you're looking for a new home. All these things are going to really, really help when you're actually submitting offers on a new property. If I was working with sellers right now, there's no way I would have them accept a contingent offer. And lastly, even though there's not a ton of new construction, there is new construction. So if you are willing to live in the certain areas that have the new construction in San Diego, you can know exactly how much you're paying. You don't really have to worry about getting bid out or anything like that. You can walk in and select something right away. Now, you might need a little bit more flexibility on your move-in date. That is kind of one of the requirements of the new construction in San Diego, but there definitely are opportunities out there. I'm really sorry for all this doom and gloom. I mean, this was a tough video for me to make. My heart goes out to anyone looking to buy a house right now. If you are looking to buy a house anywhere in Southern California, feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to either help you personally or connect you with one of the trusted agents in my network right here in Southern California. I could definitely connect you with someone really good. And if you found this video helpful, consider subscribing to my channel or sharing this video with somebody. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.